turban on. Seeing Sinbad with the turban on and like with his arms crossed. Like I remember
his name is Sinbad. It already has that like it seems like something like that, but this movie never existed. I don't it's just but I'll give it to people that do remember it. Maybe they shifted from a different dimension than else or something. I don't know. But we're gonna stick with another movie, and this is a movie you might like better. You remember the movie Scary Movie?
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people recall the poster and the film containing the phrase "I see white people." Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I remember.
I think I remember
so.
that.
You do remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see some of this. Let's see. Oh, we got here's a little quote from Movie Talk, right? You see this?
Ooh,
and
Silent Hill,
there's Marlon Wayans. We'll see at the very bottom. It says, "I see white people." You see that?
Oh yeah.
Well, let's and the thing was, it was supposed to be a parody of the scene from Sixth Sense, where I see dead people, but the joke was I see white people, and it was people remember it being on the poster for the film where Marlon Wayans is wearing a shirt that says "I see white people." So let's hear the clip of this. Let's hear if we hear "I see white people."
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, man.
I see dead people.
Man, this shit is awesome.
Yo, son, you gotta roll some more of that shit outside.
I don't have any more papers, man.
Oh,
let's just keep watching that movie.
I know, right? Well, evidently he never said it. He says he just straight up does the line, which is not as funny as the actual movie is.
That's to me, that's not Mandela Effect. That's just choosing to use that for marketing. I don't know. That feels like it could be intentional. Like, okay.
You could say that, but they can't actually find the marketing that says it. And on the cover of the poster, he's wearing a shirt that says, no, he says, "I see dead people" on his shirt.
Oh, no. That's
cover.
So weird.
But
okay, now I'm freaked out again.
But people do think that people might just be getting this confused. Do you guys remember a movie called Undercover Brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, here is Eddie Griffin, the star of Undercover Brother. He's being subjected to what they call Caucasian vision. Let's hear.
Asia vision.
Hey, I feel like George Clinton.
We want the funk.
Turn it on.
Here we go, one more time.
Showing him like a lot of dinner type people dancing.
Hello. Make it stop. Make it stop. Don't you give up on me.
I see white people.
It's too much. Too much. Caucasian overload.
Oh,
okay.
There it is. So it got misplaced. Yeah.
Probably. I think it just got misplaced. That it's another movie, another comedy movie, kind of in the same vein, a parody movie. And he says, "I see white people," and that's probably just what it is. And most of these we've talked about, these have been around for years. So let's talk about some newer or some lesser known ones. And I'm going to start in the world of art. Now, if I ask you to describe The Thinker from Rodin, how would you describe The Thinker, Drea?
Well, to me, it always makes me think that somebody's sitting on a toilet. I'm not trying to be crass, but
I'll be more specific. Where's his hand? Does he put his hand on his forehead or under his chin when he's?
I always thought it was under his chin.
Right.
Yeah.
But
shit.
You thought it was under his chin.
Yeah.
And there we go. That's the one I'm used to. That I'm showing a picture of The Thinker, and he's got his head on top of his forehead like that.
So we're from two different dimensions. Because
probably.
Oh fuck.
And so are these people. Now look at this picture here. These people are all at the statue, right? But they all have their heads on their forehead, like I thought the Thinker was. But the Thinker statue back there has his hand on his chin. But the people doing the pose, then they're all doing it wrong.
Oh my god!
What's in front of them where they're facing though? Is there another statue that maybe holds?
No, they're trying to. They're standing next to the statue. They're trying to take the same pose and angle he is. That's why they're all facing that way.
Okay, and is it impossible to think that there were maybe two? Like here's version 2. This is this other draft that I did, and maybe let's just put out both.
This is a famous statue. I don't.
Oh
they're
my
not.
God.
They're not
I don't like.
thinking-
I don't like.
It looks like they're dabbing a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Thank you. I didn't want to say it.
So I'm gonna go. We're gonna stay in the world of art
Let's get
now.
a
I want
slide
to talk
whistle in
about.
here.
Okay, I'm showing you two images of the Mona Lisa, and I want to ask you, Rob, which one is the real Mona Lisa?
She
Please
does not
stand.
have that big of a smile on her face. The one on the right is the real one.
Okay, the one on the right is right. What about you, Dre? Which is the Mona Lisa?
I mean, same. I would say the right, because the whole thing about Mona Lisa's smile is that it was kind of snarky, kind of not quite a smile.
Yeah, kind of like you see in this little thing I'm showing here, where it's kind of a parody of it, right?
Yeah, Supreme sticker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You are both wrong. The one on the
What?
left,
No.
with the this is Mona Lisa. This is the
Okay.
actual
What?
Mona Lisa.
She's
No,
that
see?
snarky looking at it?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
the
pull
one
this.
I'm showing you here, this is some residue from maybe we are from the same one. This here is just like a sticker for Supreme, but that
Yeah,
has
so
the
where
Mona
did that
Lisa.
come from then?
Someone all of us remember it. The one on the left is the actual Mona Lisa. So
Okay, here I have a
Yep.
theory. Maybe it got damaged, and you can't see the corners of the smile because it looks damaged on the
I mean,
sticker.
the Joker showed up and drew that wicked smile on her.
Yeah, over time,
I don't-
she's just slowly, it's turning into a frown. Like it's,
Yeah, she can't hold the smile for that
the
long.
paint is just slowly making its way down, you know?
So another iconic presence that people don't remember. I want to talk about the Monopoly Man. Now, if I wanted you to describe the Monopoly Man to me, Rob, give me some of his good physical qualities.
He's got a monocle, he's got a hat, he's got a big mustache, and
All right.
he's got a round head, and yeah.
And Andrea, same. You agree with this?
Yeah, the top hat, the monocle.
He looks like
the
this, right?
mustache. Yeah.
Top hat, monocle, mustache, cane. That's our Monopoly guy,
man.
right?
Are you gonna
Yeah.
undo my world
Here he
again?
is. He says, "I
Ew.
see." You see you with that monocle of his. But this is the actual Monopoly guy. He never had a monocle. He's
No,
all-
no.
Really?
He got corrective eye surgery. No. I
Now-
refuse. I reject this. No.
Okay, I'll tell you now. This is the Monopoly guy I'm showing you. He never had a monocle.
What?
A couple of Halloweens ago, me and the kids did like a little Batman theme because my youngest birthday is on Halloween and he loved Batman, so he wanted to be a little Batman. So I dressed up as the Penguin with a monocle, and I walked around trick or treated all night with the kids, and like 3 people asked me if I was the Monopoly Man, and this was before I even knew about this Mandela effect. And I was so mad, and they were like, "Oh, hey, monocle! Oh, look, it's the Monopoly Man." I was like, "I'm the Penguin, you idiot!" You know, like, I was the Penguin. Monopoly. But
Did you have an umbrella or a cane?
I had an umbrella, a purple umbrella.
Well, then they're
Yeah,
idiots.
the whole
Then they're
thing.
absolute
I had purple tie. I was with Batman and Robin.
So
there was,
He obviously needs glasses or something. Look at his eyes, though; they're so tiny. He's
They're just dots.
this is an image from a Facebook
Well, he says he
thing.
can see you.
This
All right,
is
wait. Go
this
back to
is
the first
evidently
one.
not canon, and neither
Yeah,
is this.
where did that come from? So where did that come from?
Drew it to show what they remembered and mocked it up. It never existed. This is
bullshit.
that's a knockoff.
Well-
that other one is like a knockoff, Mr. Monopoly.
You can Google Rougarou for me after, whatever. We'll see. But
Oh, I'm
as-
gonna Google it.
about
Alright.
everyone's favorite cereal, Fruit Loops. Now, when you talk about Fruit Loops, how are you spelling fruit?
Oh,
Is it
no?
R-U-I-T or F-R-O-O-T?
Oh.
O-O?
Oh.
This? Well, yeah, you'd actually be right. It's Fruit
Okay,
Loops, like
good.
the correct dimension of Fruit Loops. But this, as you can see here, this is an old advertisement that someone got, but it says F-R-U-I-T. Evidently, it never was that. That never existed.
Yeah, that artist got fired later. They fucked up.
Yeah, it's possible. That looks like it's an old '60s advertisement. They could have just screwed it up. But there's a lot of but we're talking about fruit. I don't want to talk about that one that really freaked me out. All right, this is another big product. Since we're on the fruit topic, we can eliminate fruit.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
Now I want to talk about the fruit of the Loom logo, and this is a big one recently. It's got a lot of quote unquote residue, a little information left behind.
Yeah, I don't
of
like
the-
this word residue when it comes to this stuff. It's
So,
sounds gross.
Rob, when I ask you to describe the fruit of the Loom logo, what would you say it looks like?
Fruit of the Loom logos, bunch of fruit. I think it's like an apple and some grapes and maybe a banana. And isn't there like a cone thing? There's like a horn or something like that, possibly?
So we all know the Horn of Plenty, the cornucopia, right? I'm showing you guys the logo right now. That looks right?
Yeah, there's no banana. I was wrong in the banana. I could just go for a banana right now, I think.
It's cornucopia grapes, apple, other grapes, and some other grapes, and a piece of lettuce or something sticking out. So, and look, here is a tag from a kid's shirt that's in a Pixar movie, and it says size 6, and it says Fruit of the Lion instead. I guess it's a parody.
Loin? It says Fruit of the
Fruit of
Loin.
the Loin.
Fruit of the loin.
He's talking about sex.
Okay, so that's, maybe we call a little reference there. So that all looks correct, right? And here is a parody album from a man named Frank Weiss. In his cover, the title of the album is Flute of the Loom. And will you describe this picture, Drea?
Yeah, so there's similarly looking like a cornucopia, but it's made of metal because it's an instrument. It's a horn. And there's ham in front and eggplants and summer squash and lettuce, like actual head of lettuce.
Yeah, there's some red onion too, purple onion.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that.
Okay, so this is a clear parody of the Fruit of the Loom logo we've all known and loved for years. We love the fruit game.
Loved it.
And here's even like a piece from some old board game. Same thing, Horn of Plenty, cornucopia, all this stuff we know.
Anti-monopoly company.
Yeah, here's an article. It says, well, it's corny and copious. The fourth grade teacher in Brainerd, Minnesota, recently drew a horn of plenty on the background and asked the class if anyone knew the correct name for it. One child raised his hand and answered, I know, it's a fruit of the loom. Okay, that's just a little corny thing from a newspaper. But this, what I'm showing you here now, this is the logo of Fruit of the Loom. It is the apple, the grapes, and the leaves. And that's it. There's no cornucopia. There's never been a cornucopia on the logo.
There has.
It's not.
This is just another version. This is just a second version. You know, companies rebrand themselves. This is look at that typeface. That's updated. Okay, no, I have personal experience. I have personal experience producing the artwork that had a cornucopia when I worked at the t-shirt company, the job previous to this, and I was calling out Pantone colors for the different shades in the cornucopia. So it was there. I literally produced it.
I don't know. Well, we have to
I think that they both exist.
I don't know. And there's other logos that are known for this kind of stuff too. What about the VW logo? If I asked you to describe that, are the V and the W, do you guys know cars enough are they connected or not connected?
They're not connected.
They're not connected. Well, look at this old van here that I'm showing you.
Oh, they used to be connected.
They used to be. Yeah, see that? No, they didn't. See that? They're not connected, right?
Are they not?
No, they're not connected there. But this is how it's supposed to look with that little piece of thing.
Really?
This is the actual VW logo. It would never look like this that I showed you guys. It was never connected like that. And there's only a couple of pictures.
Where did that photo come from?
The 60s, it looks like.
From another dimension.
Obviously. It must be another dimension.
Yeah, it's weird. There's other since we're talking about logos. The Ford logo is another one that people remember. You see this little squiggle at the end of the line through F. People
so
don't
dumb.
remember that. I look at it now and it looks weird, but that's supposedly a Mandela effect that the Ford logo has also been affected. What do you think about that one, Rob?
I think it's weird, man. It's so. I had my first truck was a Ford Ranger. I used to look at this.
Having that little squiggly?
Not really, particularly, but maybe I just never noticed it. That's a weird one. You would think you would notice that because no one's ever written an F like that. Like if you write an F like that, you're a psychopath. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who would do that? It's dumb.
It's weird, and evidently it's always been there. But as soon as you look at it, you go, "That is just not right." It looks like a little cancer ribbon or something almost.
It's got like a pigtail. It's got like a pig's tail.
Out. It's like, see,
Ew.
I don't know.
It looks stupid.
Okay.
It looks fjord.
So, there's a lot of products. Now, there's a product I really want to talk to you guys about. How do you guys feel about adult diapers?
I like them, personally.
Okay. If I were to ask you, what is the number one trusted brand in America for adult diapers?
Depends. Come on.
What'd you say, Rob?
It depends.
Oh, no. Is it called just
That's
Depends?
all we know.
Without
no.
an S?
See, depends. That's the Depends we know and love, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Look,
them.
here's a cake. Here's a cake that says it the way we know it.
Oh.
But let me introduce you to the actual product. They're called Depend undergarments.
Yeah,
Which
but
I-
yeah, but when you
it feels
got
like-
that's like one of them. Like if you get like a whole pack of them, and you got depends now. You
You have
know.
a single
No.
depend. Yeah. Hey, can
But
you go
it-
fetch me one depend, please?
Yeah, no one said no one. Depend undergarments. Depend.
heard me.
I remember hearing jokes about it, like, "Oh, did you put your pants?" And it's like depends, and it's like being like a play on words or whatever.
I pissed my pants. I did. I pissed my pants.
You could have used a depend. What? That doesn't sound right.